Andrew, Andrew, wake up!
Oh, Samson's a great kid story. Well, what's going on?
You fell asleep. We need to film something, remember? For church?
Is it time for that?
Yeah, we're rolling.
We're rolling? Oh, okay. Welcome to Roseville Story Time!
Okay, what have you got for today?
Okay, today we've actually had the same character appear in our last two stories, so I thought it was time to do his story today.
Oh, yeah, Samuel. He was the last judge or leader of Israel, anointed the first kings of Israel, but before that was dedicated by his mom to serve God in the tabernacle, right?
Yep, that's right. I thought it'd be good to look at the story of how he learned to hear from God.
Okay, so where do we begin?
Well, we start on a cold night. Samuel is sleeping inside the tabernacle.
Wait, he slept in the tabernacle? Isn't that the special tent or home where God lived and was worshipped? Like a church?
Yeah,
So it was kind of like he was having a sleepover with God.
yeah, except there probably weren't any snacks. I doubt very much he had a pillow fight. And he didn't spend the night gossiping and swapping stories.
Okay. So he's sleeping in the tabernacle. Did he have a dream about God or something?
No, actually, he had wait for it, a conversation with God.
Wait, what? A conversation with God. With God?
Yeah, that's right. Although Samuel didn't realize it at first. He didn't realize who was calling out to him. Samuel. Oh boy, that must be Eli. He must be calling me. Okay. Hey, Eli, here I am, Eli. I did not call you, boy. Why don't you go on back to bed now, okay? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Samuel. Oh boy. There's Eli again. Oh, this must be part of my training. Eli, here I am. I'll say, boy, I did not call you. You must be having some very, very vivid dreams. Why don't you all go back to bed now, okay? Okay, Eli. Okay. Samuel. Oh boy. That's gotta be Eli again. Oh boy. Eli, you called for me.
Wait. Samuel thought it was Eli 3 different times? Why did it take him so many times to realize it wasn't Eli?
Well, it wasn't very common for the Lord to speak to Israel in those days, and it took Eli a little bit, but by the third time, Eli realized that something was up. I say, Samuel, this is very, very weird. This is very different. The Lord must be trying to talk to you. Next time you hear somebody calling out, just reply, "Oh Lord, your servant is listening." And then tell me about it in the morning, okay?
Good for Eli.
Okay.
He helped Samuel know it was God.
That's right. So the fourth time, Samuel was ready. Samuel! Yes, Lord. Speak, for your servant is listening.
Wow, did God respond? What did God say?
Yeah, God responded. He talked to Samuel, although he had a very hard message for Samuel. You see, he was telling Samuel about some very difficult days ahead. In particular, a warning for Eli and his family. It was a very hard message.
Wow, did Samuel do it? Did Samuel give Eli the warning?
Well, let's see. Oh, good morning there, Samuel. So tell me now. Tell me what the Lord told you last night, and don't you dare hold any details back now, you hear? Well, okay. Well, Eli, God, the Lord had a warning for me to tell you. And Samuel told Eli everything God had told him, every little detail.
That must have been difficult. Was Eli mad about getting bad news?
No, actually, Eli received it. He was very gracious towards Samuel. He was very kind. He accepted the message, even though it was hard, that Samuel brought to him.
Wow. Samuel heard from God. He was just a kid. But being a kid doesn't mean that he can't hear and learn from God. And he obeyed God and gave the sad message to Eli, even though it probably wasn't a fun or easy thing to do. Hey, can we, kids and adults, hear God too?
Absolutely. Even though it doesn't happen very often that God speaks and out loud, he does still talk, and we can still learn to hear him. Take reading your Bible, for example. Have you ever read your Bible or heard a Bible story and something just kind of hit you? It just seemed like it was really important. That might be God trying to talk to you, trying to tell you something you need to know, or remind you of something that you need to remember, like how to love your neighbors or stop stealing cookies from your mom. God can speak to all of us, regardless of our age, in many different ways.
That sounds like it might take some practice. After Samuel heard God in the tabernacle, he got really good at hearing from God and telling people truth from God. He helped others understand God too, and through Samuel, Israel heard more and more from God. You can read more about Samuel in 1 Samuel chapter 3.
Join us next week for more Roseville Story Time!